Ariana Grande, a normal girl who grew up in a little town in Florida. She would never have guessed where she'd be now. Hi, I'm Gemma Watson and I'll be diving into the life of Ariana Grande and answering the question, has she really made it? Now you may be thinking, what do you mean by made it? Well, you'll find out.
What's up guys, it's me, Ariana Grande. I am Ariana Grande.
Get ready to
Lucius Malfoy.
the next Mariah Carey.
Is she a hit?
Of course.
She's gonna her pants.
Because I'll ask about Gloriana then.
Still waiting for the money.
Oh, well, they hate each other.
She had said that she was bullied. Why don't you just kick me in the face?
It's over. I was this bully and I was mean to her.
She's got some amazing songs.
That song did not get any respect.
What's going on? Oh my God! So sorry.
Ariana Grande was born on the 26th of June 1993 in Boca Raton, Florida, United States. She attended Pinecrest School, which is a private school in Boca Raton, which hosts students from pre-kindergarten to grade 8. She then went on to North Broward Preparatory School, which goes from pre-kindergarten to high school. This is where she has further education and learnt about performing, which are the skills that she would need to know now. She then graduated and focused mainly on her acting and singing career. What is your personal opinion of Ariana Grande?
I think she's very pretty. She's a good singer. She's done quite a lot with her life. She's only very young. She's only 25, I believe.
I think Ariana's amazing and a true icon to this decade and to this generation. She's got some amazing songs and I think she's inspired loads of people like me.
Ariana grew up with her mother Joan, who is a businesswoman, her father Edward, who was a graphic designer, and her half-brother Frankie, who is 10 years older and is a performer. Ariana and her mother have a very close relationship, as she watched her in musical theatre since she was about 8 years old.
To be able to participate in this show, you can never imagine how wonderful it's been.
My mom is always with me.
She has massive support for Ariana and travels to different locations with her on tour. You could say that her mother is where she gets her performing from, as they like to dance and sing together. Joan also has a big sense of humour.
If your mum had to describe you in 3 words.
My mom.
Your mum.
Hello?
What would those 3 words be?
Genuine. That song did not get any respect, and I wanted to have respect.
I want to embarrass your mom a little bit if you don't.
Yeah, she's gonna her pants.
Because I love you.
In 2013, she discussed that she didn't see her father, Edward Butera, much anymore due to her parents splitting when Ariana was about 8 or 9.
My daughters sing and act all the time. Very proud of her. I haven't missed a show yet. I never will, I don't think.
She said to 17, falling out of touch with my dad. A lot of my traits come from him. I didn't like that about myself. It's okay not to get along with somebody and still love them.
But I love my dad. My parents are divorced. I never get to see my dad because he lives in Florida.
Ariana has a half-brother, Frankie Grande, who has a different dad called Victor Marcioni. Edward Butera then became Frankie's stepdad. Frankie spoke out about being gay and told Attitude Ariana's support, and a surprising quote that she said at just 11 years old. Great, when do I get to meet your boyfriend? He continues to support her with her singing career. Ariana was extremely close to her grandfather, who had a similar interest in music. He said to her, "You're a star. You're going to make this family so proud." She said that she trusted it.
My Nona, she was like, oh, I gotta start planning my outfit. And I was like, Nona, what do you think is gonna come from this? And she goes, you never know, I'm very naughty. Boca Raton, Florida. They're like, Nona! And she's like, who the hell are you?
Ariana's career in singing and acting started when she performed on stage as the main character in Annie.
No!
She was only 8 years old, but confidently performed in the Little Palm Theatre in South Florida in front of an audience.
It's a hard knock life for us. No one cares for you, a smidge. When you're in an orphanage, it's a hard knock life.
The sun will come up.
It keeps us singing around the house for sure.
It's so fun, but it went by so fast and I'm so sad that it's over.
Is she a hit? Of course.
She then sang the American national anthem at at the Florida Panthers hockey game at the age of 8, which boosted her popularity and spread her name.
Sea or the land of the free.
At the age of 10, Ariana landed a role of Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, which she performed in the Little Palm Theatre in South Florida. This character means a lot to her, as it was her favourite film since she was 4 years old. She later on performed in a Broadway musical called 13 in 2008 at the age of 14, playing a cheerleader called Charlotte. Her musical numbers that she did were It Can't Be True, Opportunity, and Brand New You. By the age of 16, Ariana landed a role on Nickelodeon's Victorious, playing the role of Cat Valentine. This is where her popularity rose and has made her well known to young children and teens.
Concussion! I take criticism really well.
No, you don't.
What's that supposed to mean? Why don't you just kick me in the face?
What's up? It's me, Victoria.
And me, Ariana.
LA boys.
Enjoy!
A spin-off show was then presented combining Victorious and iCarly called Sam and Cat, which stayed on television until 2014. In 2015, Ariana featured in Scream Queens in the first episode. However, her character was then killed. Music is pop and contemporary R&B. The first album that she released by Universal Public Records was Yours Truly in 2013, with hit songs such as The Way, Baby I, and Right There. This album sold 138,000 copies, with the most popular song of the album being The Way, featuring Mac Miller. How has her life affected yours?
My two daughters love her to bits, and my eldest daughter's bought a CD because she's obsessed with it, and I'm still waiting for the money.
I listen to it when I go to college and when I come home, and I use it when I'm making games. It helps me be more productive.
She came out with another popular album in 2014 called My Everything, with 169,000 copies sold, which ranked it to number 1. Ariana Grande released another song, Problem, featuring Iggy Azalea, which ended up at number 3 in the Billboard's Hot 100, and the song alone sold more than 400,000 copies. More collaborations she has made within this album was Break Free featuring Zed.
This is the part when I break free. I can't resist it no more. But I want that every time.
She also partnered up with Big Sean, Cash Me a Cat, Childish Gambino, and The Weeknd within this album. Later on, she came out with an album, Dangerous Woman, where her popularity rose and is known by a bigger audience. In this album, she had hit songs such as Everyday featuring Future, Side to Side featuring Nicki Minaj,
They call me Young Nicki Chimney.
Into You, and Dangerous Woman. However, Ariana's new songs have shown a different side to her. For example, Breathe In, and Seven Rings.
She thinks, just bought it. I see it, I like it, I want it, I got it, yeah.
From the albums Sweetener and Thank You Next. What's your favourite song?
One last time. One last time.
My favourite song is Greedy, and I think it's an amazing song. I like to listen to it. It's like the best of her songs in my personal opinion.
Singing and acting isn't Ariana's only skill, as she can do impressions of celebrities, which she performs on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. in her life where she has fallen out or lost contact with certain people. Gemma spoke out and explained how she felt about Ariana Grande.
Ariana is great, but I think that there's this certain idea when you play best friends on a TV show that you have to be best friends, and if you don't, then it's suddenly like, oh, well, they hate each other.
Victoria Justice shut down rumours about what supposedly happened between both of them.
She had said that she was bullied. The magazine basically alluded to it being me. She was like, I am so sorry, I was not talking about you. But once it got out there, everyone thought that I was this bully and that I was mean to her, which couldn't be further from the truth.
To show that Ariana and Mariah weren't feuding, she explains how grateful she is to be compared to her.
The next Mariah Carey.
Is that a compliment? Do you
Yeah, of course, she's Mariah Carey. The natural thing for everybody to compare to what's already out there. When Mariah first came out, they compared her to Whitney. When Whitney first came out, they compared her to Aretha. I take it as a huge compliment.
The song Somewhere Over the Rainbow is important in her life as it was her grandfather's favourite song. She sadly sang it at her grandfather's funeral, which her mother Joan mentioned to Variety. It's an emotional story. My father passed away and that was the song she sang for him.
My grandfather passed away.
I'm so sad to tell you that Grandpa lost his battle with cancer.
His name was Frank.
Ariana Grande has had a few pushbacks in her career, such as the Manchester bombing. The Manchester bombing happened on the 22nd of May in 2017. Ariana Grande was performing live in front of around 20,000 people. Just as people were leaving the concert, an act of terrorism occurred.
Oh my god. What's going on? Oh my god!
Leading to 23 people dead and 139 injured who were mostly young children.
Among those who lost their lives were 8-year-old Safi Roussos. She'd been so excited about being at her first pop concert. 19-year-old Georgina Calendar, an avid fan of Ariana Grande, 15-year-old Berry schoolgirl Olivia Campbell, was also killed.
Fortunately, Ariana wasn't injured, however was distraught by the loss of her fans. Broken. From the bottom of my heart, I'm so sorry. I don't have words.
Helping everybody keep their heads up and stay strong.
Just being there for each other and helping each other through scary times. So we just have to be there for each other as much as we can. Mental health is so important. People don't pay enough mind to what's happening inside. So sorry, I'm falling apart. I just wanted to give people a hug musically. And the lyrics can be kind of corny when I talk about wanting to hug you and stuff, but I really do. That was the point of finishing my tour. It was to set an example for my fans who were fearless enough to show up. It's scary. You don't want to give in. You don't want to be afraid.
How did you feel when you heard about the Manchester bombing?
It was very upsetting because obviously I've got children and they're young as well. It could be one of my children that were there. It's very emotional.
Personally, I was sad and I was worried because it was in Manchester, which is quite close to us. It could happen here. There was still a possibility of it happening.
We went to the top of the stairs, we went into the foyer, and then that's when it happened. I got knocked over by the force. Some of the shrapnel went through the back of my leg. My friend's mum screamed, run, and she dragged me until I was on my feet.
She later on showed her compassion and visited young victims in hospital. She then came out with One Love Manchester to help her fans change negatives to a positive and to bring everyone back together.
been over a year since Manchester.
I think just looking at my fans in the city of Manchester with so much like unity and strength and love, I just never really seen anything like it. I went right home and I was like, I'm not putting those costumes on again. I can't sing those songs. I was trying to go to sleep that night and it didn't feel like the right decision. I think we should set a better example. Celebrate their lives, not let hate win. You find the light eventually. The sense of community that I saw in response to what happened was the best example of humanity.
Do you think Ariana did the right thing?
I think she did, because the fans would have appreciated her coming back and supporting all the people that have been through all the trauma.
It was like a really nice, sweet thing to get all the community and all the people together.
To help with the fundraising and support of victims of the Manchester bombing, my college hosted a musical evening full of songs and dance.
So one last time, I need to be the one who takes you home.
August the 31st, 2018, Ariana Grande performed at Aretha Franklin's funeral with the song Natural Woman. However, news was made about the bishop and how he was hugging Ariana.
I have to brush up. My 28-year-old daughter tells me, Dad, you are old at 60. When I saw Ariana Grande on the program, I thought that was a new something at Taco Bell.
Fans were going crazy in saying that he shouldn't have done it and that it was inappropriate and harassment.
I hugged all the female artists and the male artists, everybody that was up. I shook their hands and hugged them. Maybe I crossed the border, or maybe I was too friendly or familiar. But again, I apologize. I certainly hope that she will forgive me.
Ariana Grande was in a relationship with Mac Miller for 2 years. However, he had troubles with drugs. On the 21st of May, Ariana Grande got with Pete Davidson.
Planning her wedding with Pete. Anytime you talk about Pete, you talk about a wedding, she just smiled.
How did you feel when Ariana said that she was engaged?
Happy?
I don't care about Ariana's personal life because that's her life and that's her relationships and that's none of my business as long as she's happy.
Mac Miller passed away on the 7th of September 2018, where he was only 26 years old. However, instead of sending love and support, they went to Twitter to accuse Ariana of Mac Miller's death, even people who seemed to be fans of her. What is your perspective of Ariana losing Mac Miller?
Well, I guess she was really upset because she loved him a lot, and it's pretty upsetting when somebody does that.
Ariana got blamed for his death, which did kill him.
After all that Ariana has been through, her fans are supportive.
She's out.
Hi, guys.
Oh my God. Thank you so much. Thank you. Nice to meet you. So much. Nice to meet you. Congrats on all your success.
Oh, hi.
Nice to meet you. Oh, okay. Jimmy!
Hey, how you doing?
After that, I'll let you go. You made me feel so lucky. Yeah. Finally, the stars align. I really love you. Thanks so much.
Hey, Ariana.
Thank you.
Good seeing you, sweetheart.
Good seeing you. Can you say hi, Maddie? Hi, Maddie. Again, thank you so much.
Oh, you just struck
You
it.
want my hug? You ruined my hug. I love your ears. Thank you. It's nice to see you again. Oh, God. You're so beautiful.
Oh my gosh, y'all, I'm like shaking. God is a woman. God is a woman.
Ariana has over 61 million followers on Twitter, 150 million followers on Instagram, and number 4 most followers on Spotify with 27 million. Has Ariana really made it?
Yes, I believe she has. But she could go further if she tried. And more help. And children and things like that.
I think she's a true icon and diva to this era, and I think she's incredible. Her vocals are amazing and she's such an inspiration.
So I guess you could say that she has made it, whatever made it is, as she still has a long way that she can go.
enough.